Welcome back to the show, everybody. Yo, it's Monday morning after a pay-per-view brought to you by World Wrestling Entertainment. So Uncle Triple sat through it, so you gonna sit through me talking about this thing that I'm invested in way more than I should. But yo, welcome back to another episode of Savage Era. Hashtag that shit, baby, because we have WWE Fastlane to talk about it. Yo, I got on a mic a couple of weeks ago because, you know what I'm saying, because of some events that happened. And when I think about that, because I went back and rewatched the video, you know, like yesterday before the pay-per-view, because I just wanted to like see where my head was, and even given like where my current headspace was and what it was that I was invested in, there are things that when I look back at that video that I'm surprised that I'm not as invested in, but we gonna get to that later. And I'm gonna tell you legitimately why at that time I wasn't as engaged with that particular happening within the WWE versus what it was that was really getting me legitimately hype. But regardless of that, we have a pay-per-view to take care of. So there's this thing. It's called a kickoff show. You guys know a dude. His name is Kofi Kingston. You're your future and next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He rolled with two dudes. You know, Xavier Woods. He got this show called Up Up Down Down, and Big E. He used to count to five. He's the guy. He counts to five and things. For some reason, Kofi got called back to a McMahon office. Who we didn't know who that McMahon was. We learned later, and for some reason, Big E and Xavier went to go fight the former U.S. champion, president of Nakamura Town. No, look, okay, I can't do this. I can't. See, I'm gonna be for real. When I think about partly when it comes to this and where this is leading to later in this episode of the Savage Era, it brings me weird times in my brain. Because why? Like, we're going to talk about, and I'm going to spoil it for you, that fatal forward, which was amazing for the United States title. And then think about like a month and a half ago, that Shinsuke Nakamura was the United States champion, and now he's on the kickoff show with Rusev in a tag team match against the New Day. Yes, that totally makes my motherfucking head hurt. Just logic and shit, you know, just the logic thereof. And I don't know what you want from me, but thinking about it legitimately makes my head hurt. The New Day won the day while Kofi's still in the back waiting on a McMahon, quote unquote, and it's like, given the rest of tonight's events, and we'll get into a little and more into Kofi and his night at Fastlane a bit later, it's looking good for what it is that I think is finna go down. Now, when you get past the pre-show, you get to a thing you pay for. It's called a pay-per-view. You sit down and you watch it. The Usos are still the tag team champions. The Uso Penitentiary. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Okay, I had to get that one out right. The thing is, that don't matter as much as you think. And I'm not saying this as I am a complete and utter fan of not only the Usos, but the Usos being tag champs. Fan of that all day long and twice on Sundays. But I love how this slow setup to this thing that I legitimately thought about for 2 seconds when it started, to see it bloom like a magical flower. Shane beat the shit out of Miz to set up something hot at WrestleMania. That's wonderful. That's wonderful for reasons. Yes, Shane, whoop the Miz's daddy's ass, because let's just be for real. Why is he involved in this storyline anyway? I still don't get it. And I watch SmackDown every fucking week. I do not get why the Miz's dad is an important part of an angle where Shane McMahon whoops your ass after you lose the titles again. Shane whooped that ass. That's the story here. Shane whooped that ass, and it was even greater that ass got whooped in Drew Carey Town, because Cleveland rocks when Shane McMahon rocking that box with one of them. And it was repeated. And then I thought he was going to Daniel Bryan him. He didn't hit him with the Chris Benoit, the choking nigga out thing. He didn't do that. But I was kind of hoping so. But he pimp slapped the Miz's daddy, or whatever you call whatever Shane did. We just going to say, for the sake of comedy, Shane McMahon just backhanded the Miz's daddy. Just for comedy, that's what we'll say he did. That's what we'll say. Just for the record, let it be said. Let it be said. Miz's daddy got pimp smacked by Shane. Regardless of whose daddy got smacked in the face, who ass got beat in their hometown just to set up this WrestleMania program, that match was hot. Shane put in work, Miz put in work. The Usos always put in work. That's all the hell you can ask for. Really. That's all you can ask for. In other news, there's this beautiful woman named Asuka, right? She's the SmackDown Women's Champion. Oh, you don't know her either? Oh yeah, good, because I don't either. Who is Mandy Rose? Given that I watch SmackDown every week, why is she in a championship match with Asuka? We're going to talk about more about this later and how none of this makes any sense. The match was quick. The match didn't matter, and Sonya Deville cost her the title. So it's like, let me get in the frame let me scoot in because I just got to do. This is all I have for you. Why? Why was that a thing? Why am I still shrugging my shoulders? Because I don't get it. I'm like, again, I tune into this product multiple times a week, and I watch a pay-per-view that I pay money for, and I, as a person, don't understand why this match is happening. Oh no, I don't understand why this match is happening. Poor Asuka. Everything I said about my bae is coming true. Given what we gonna talk about in a couple minutes from now, what is the SmackDown Women's Championship? Nothing. Because it's being overshadowed by two people who should be fighting for that title. Well, one of them technically, but the complete and utter ramness and dumbassness of that storyline, well, yeah. We'll talk about it. Hey, remember that Kofi Kingston guy? Remember we talked about him? New Day, they went out there, something about the United States of Nakamura or something. Machka kicks and some shit. Nah, I don't know. Yeah. A McMahon finally opened the door, and it was the genetic jackhammer, Vinnie Mac Diesel. And he like, yo, Kofi, I got good news for you, buddy. You've in a triple threat match. Yeah. And then after that, everything became magically clear like a blooming flower. Kofi went out to go think he was finna go fight Daniel Bryan and Stone Cold Kevin Owens. Because, damn, why are you using a stunner more often than normal now? Not saying there's nothing wrong. It's a good stunner. Because in my years, I've seen some bad stunners. Kevin Owens got a decent fucking stunner. No bullshit. I'm just gonna say that live. Regardless, Kofi goes out thinking he about to get his world title opportunity. And there's a part of me that's watching this, knowing we talking about Vince McMahon motherfucking ass. And I'm like, there's this big part of me and this small part of me, like they like this or whatever, that's hoping for this magical swerve. Because if I am to still believe at this juncture where I was when I was watching this pay-per-view of it's going down, that Kofi is finna be in this triple threat match. Because if you win a triple threat match, you either finna win on some bullshit or you finna lose horribly badly and take the pin because you're Kofi Kingston. You don't deserve it, but given your tenure in this company, I wouldn't be surprised. Then a siren played, and then Scottish music played. Where the fuck is he from? He from what? Scotland? Sheamus from some motherfucking where, okay? And the hell do I care? But the boy went out and murdered this fool in a 2-on-1 technical handicap match. Triple threat match. New Day was banned from ringside, just to add a little pickle to this, just to try to sit up here and make it fair. Even though that would even in no sense make any sense, because if it was an actual match for the World Heavyweight Championship, well, Rowan asked him to come the fuck out, because that's just how that works, because Rowan roll with vegan man. So the New Day being banned from ringside, in that logic, when I think about it, as I'm speaking about it, don't really make much sense now, does it? Because if it's a triple threat match, then it's no disqualifications any damn way. And sometimes, even the WWE forgets the rules to their own motherfucking matches, so this ain't new. But still, I think about this now in the mystical hindsight of, oh shit, I just watched a wrestling pay-per-view, and here I am talking about on the internet about it, and well, oh yeah, that makes sense in my third strike voice, so yes, fine. Kofi goes out, gets murdered. To bring this full magical Kofi Kingston loop in a circle for now, the New Day run out anyway. And then they get murdered by President Nakamura and Vice President Rusev. Because it's Rusev Day all day, every motherfucking day, bitch. Because President Nakamura said so. Law. I'm going to be honest. Kofi Kingston getting his ass beat makes me happier than it should. Now, unless you're building up to the swerve of a swerve of a swerve where Kofi still doesn't become the champion, well, that's very possible. Because it's wrestling. And wrestling do that. Because booking. What the fuck ever. But, we'll see. I'm going to do this thing I don't normally do. I'm going to have hope in booking. I'm going to try something new. Every now and then I try this new thing, like having hope in the WWE actually booking something fucking correctly, and at some point it gets fucked up. So I'm holding out minuscule hope that this goes correctly, but don't know, bro. Don't know. Shane McMahon, well, they tried to go talk to Shane McMahon. Well, they sent somebody back there. He just walked out. Shane, how do you feel about beating the man's ass in his hometown? Bitch. And just walked off. That's what happened. Okay. I've been preparing for this for a month now. I want to talk to you about Dash and Dawson, the Revival. You see, before February 11th on Raw, when they won the tag team titles, they were about to leave the fucking company, preferably for fucking All Elite Wrestling, where everyone is going. Then, after they said that, or what you thought it was that they asked for their release, all of a sudden they're the tag team champions. Even given that information, that my boys that finally won the titles, I find it scary booking that you book somebody that you don't want to fire and just get in the belts. So it feel like all that waiting I did for this tag team, I watched through NXT, come up to Raw and just get squandered like no days tomorrow, ask for a release, oh now you're the tag team champions now. As a fan, I don't know how to feel. I don't. That's why in that joint when I was talking about Kofi and all the major stuff about Cancer Man, The Man, Kofi Kingston, that don't rhyme, but still, I didn't even talk about them because it was so far from my mind because I was more hype about everything else. Like, them winning the titles felt a little hollow. Like, you win the titles after you ask for your release. So that's what it takes now to get a push? Hey, yo, Vince, I want to go over here and go wrestle for Cody and the homeboys. I want to go be friends with Kenny Omega Man X or something. You know what I'm saying? Super kick party. You get to be booked as the champions now, and it's like, well, I guess. But that's where we are right now. That is where our tag team division on Raw is right now. The champions are being booked as the champions so they don't leave the company. It's like, Shrug my shoulders at it again, because what do you expect me to do with this information? Regardless of this, even in a match where Dash and Dawson, the Revival, are in a match, they aren't even the important factor in the damn match. That hurts even worse. And for the record, no, it was not the former tag team champions who, even though we live in this new Savage era where you don't get a rematch clause, that, yeah, whatever, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, yeah, he used to be tag team with Kurt Angle's black ass son. No one cares about his black ass no more, but I just had to say Kurt Angle's black motherfucking son. I said that shit. The stars of this show were Aleister Black and Ricochet, because these NXT fools just been everywhere. It's just all of a sudden, if that we talk about, we gonna call up NXT, and if we don't nobody show up, nah, NXT people just everywhere. Everywhere! And when I mean everywhere, I mean every motherfucker. They on NXT, they on NXT UK, they on 205 Live, they on Main Event, they on Velocity. Shit, man, dude, I saw fucking Tommaso Ciampa on fucking Shotgun Saturday Night and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, NXT is just everywhere. I don't get why. It makes no sense. I love it, but I just had to say something. Here's the thing. The Revival are still your tag team champions. That don't really matter much. You want to know why that don't matter? Like, legitimately at fucking all? Because Aleister Black and Ricochet clowned. Like, and I mean clowned. If your job was and is as the booker of that match was to make Aleister Black and Ricochet look good, you succeeded. You had to do it at the cost of the tag team champions that you've only booked as the champions so they don't leave your motherfucking company, but hooray for Aleister Black and Ricochet, because damn, you deserve it, I guess, but it makes no sense to me, and it should. You think, with all the wrestling that I have watched over the years, you think this will make sense to me. It don't. Zero. No, it don't make no sense. But it's okay. It's okay. And I'm okay with it. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I need a second. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And I mean commercial break. I'm going to drink some of the water out this fucking jug here. Some good ass water. Not quite cold as I like, but some good ass water anyhow. Now, back to our show, already in progress. Hey Internet, you remember a couple of minutes ago? Well, actually at the top of this, after I got out everything I want to say to try to introduce our pay-per-view, welcome you to the Savage, all that bullshit, something about President Nakamura and Vice President Rusev, you remember that shit? Okay, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, our President Shinsuke Nakamura, was the United States champion. And then for some reason he lost the title to R-Truth, and we still don't understand why. That was a thing that happened. Keeping up with me so far? So, R-Truth, along with Carmella, because we'll mention her because she's Carmella, we'll just do that, you know what I'm saying? Moonwalk, blah, 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 blah. F.A., you know. R-Truth start doing, U.S. Open challenges. Wah, 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 or whatever. Weird things start to happen. Rey Mysterio just drops out the sky all of a sudden because, Andrade, without the rest of his name, because the WWE don't fucking give a shit, there he is. And Samoa Joe. A man that I personally think who could have beat Brock Lesnar, for real, way back when, in that glory time of a couple of years ago, and been booked as the Universal Champion a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, after all these years of waiting. Wait for it. Samoa Joe wins the United States title from R-Truth in a fatal four-way match. I don't understand this. I watched that episode of SmackDown live. That's why it's called SmackDown Live. I watched that. Sat in front of a television. Watched TV. Watched a fatal four-way with Samoa Joe, R-Truth, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade, whose rest of the name just disappeared because, WWE just needs to fucking copyright some shit. And Samoa Joe wins the United States title. Now, I'm not questioning this because, Joe deserved to run with the Universal title. I believe that. I believe, at goodness gracious, great balls of what the fuck fire, Joe should have won. That would have made sense. Brock Lesnar could have went home, fucked his wife, and milked his cows, and left us alone. I believe that. Heartily. I do. Alright? I do. I believe that heartily. Regardless of this. I am now watching a run back of that match, even though that technically this got zero build to get to this point again, where in a stunning shock of events, the match was really fucking good. Cause see, here's why I had to hit the reallys a whole bunch. I expected nothing. I wanted nothing and needed nothing for that match. And that match super duper over delivered in a way that I was not expecting. At all. I seriously knew this match was on the card and was like, whatever, nigga. And so seriously, like I was sitting there like, well, you gonna do this? And I'm just like, well, this will probably be the point where I get up and go use the bathroom, go make me a sandwich, because I'm not invested in this in any way whatsoever. I'm not at all. I am not invested in this in any way. No. Then they went out there and clown, and somebody got choked out. If you want to know who got choked out, you can call Mean Gene. Oh, damn, I can't do that no more. Fuck. Forgot. Mean Gene dead. My bad, Mean Gene. Forget me. Call Tony Schiavone ass. I heard he calling wrestling again. I watched the internet a couple of weeks ago, and Tony Schiavone was just on some random ass YouTube wrestling show, like commentating. Where Mike Tenay at? Where Mike Tenay? You can call the Professor Mike Tenay to find out that Rey Mysterio got choked the fuck out by Joe. Cause Joe's gonna kill you. And that was what it was. Okay. Continuing this pay-per-view. Remember last time we reviewed the pay-per-view, a thing happened, right? There was an Elimination Chamber match. Sasha Banks and Bayley became the women's tag team champions, and they haven't technically defended the title in any way. And then with weird and next to no story building to get to this match, Nia Jax and Tamina are their opponents. The match itself was there. And in the grand scheme of whatever this WrestleMania build you trying to look at is, well, the match didn't really need to happen. Because everything good happened after Bayley reversed what I think was Nia Jax trying to powerbomb her into like a Frankensteiner hurricanrana thing. Did I just say her? Yeah, I did. I'm not even gonna repeat her hurricanrana. That was a thing that happened, yes. And then people got their ass whooped. See, you want to know a secret about me? I love when a beautiful woman like Nia Jax goes whoops a motherfucker's ass. That's just me. I enjoy that as a person. Just like when Nia Jax get the whooping a motherfucker's ass, I just be like, yeah. Bang. Just like that. Asses were getting whooped. In this instance where asses were getting whooped, Beth Phoenix was at ringside Again, why? I don't know. I don't know why you need her on commentary to call it women's tag team title match, but eh, fine. Whatever. But after Nia Jax, disposes of Boss and Hug connection, they dispose of them. Tamina and Beth Phoenix are eye to eye. Some of this happened, then that happened, then Beth Phoenix get laid out, then that fart lady ran out and she might have farted on somebody. I'm not really sure. But what are we aiming at here? That was kind of my confusion when Natalya ran out. Like, what are y'all doing? And why are y'all doing it again? Like, I'm asking for a friend. A friend wants to know what the fuck is y'all doing because you're doing something. I don't know what. I'm supposed to be the person, who looks at wrestling, takes a look at it, reviews the pay-per-view, tries to figure out what's going on. No motherfucking clue. Zero clue. Don't know. Is this going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania? Is Beth Phoenix finna get back in the ring? What are you finna do? I'm not sure. Women's Battle Royal, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. This is one of those things you're just going to have to let the build, do the build, be for itself. The beatdown was nuts. I'm like, it was better than the whole match. The match was uneventful at best. If you want to say a respectful way, that match was uneventful as fuck. But the beatdown was amazing. And that's about it. So we'll see what comes from this, but it is what it is. Previously on the Kofi Kingston Chronicles, Kofi Kingston got swerved by Vinnie Mac Diesel, aka the Genetic Jackhammer, and got his ass whooped by the Bar. And it was almost a chance in that match he might have won, though, but he still got his ass whooped. And I mean, it was a beatdown. They hit him with every finisher in the world. I'm like, I think he got hit with a rock bottom and didn't even know it. And I'm just like, pump handle slam. Like, rest in peace, Test. I don't know where that came from. Something about drive-through weddings. I don't know. That whole storyline was weird, and But look. Okay. Again, Kofi Kingston Chronicles, right? So, Vinnie Mac Diesel swerves Kofi Kingston, and he gets fucking murdered. His homeboys get murdered by the president and vice president of the United States of Nakamura. So, New Day's murdered. They're done for the night. Murder done. So, given Vinnie Mac swerving, you expect this one-on-one contest where Kevin Owens is going to lose, even though, and I have to say this, he's been real endearing of being like, Kofi, I feel sorry for you, buddy, but I'm going to take advantage of the championship because I'm the new Heath Slater, something about my damn family, and it's just like, well, okay, I believe you, and I'm just like, well, fuck it. Okay, we going to go with this. The announcer says this is a triple threat match. And everyone's fucking confused now because Kofi Kingston just got gang stomped and murdered, so he's not gonna come the fuck out. So, here's what happened. Kevin Owens come out. I'm Stone Cold Kevin Owens, I got a stunner. I'm Daniel Bryan, I'm vegan, and I married one of the Bella twins and Ron's with me, you know what I'm saying? Remember, no. So they sitting up here, and they trying to figure out, like, what the hell going on. Like you said, it's a triple threat match. Here come Mustafa Ali ass, and I'm like, oh, I remember. He was supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber, but got his ass whooped really bad, so he couldn't compete in the Elimination Chamber. This whole heartwarming thing. For you to drag him out now in a match where you probably guess that, yeah, he was gonna take that pin, bruh, because remember when you was the hot ticket item of the week? Remember that? Do y'all remember when Daniel Bryan got pinned by Mustafa Ali and it was a big motherfucking deal? You remember that shit? Please tell me you do, because it was a thing. It was a thing that happened. Okay. For a second, you thought the WWE was going to do something with it. Then Mustafa Ali got injured. Now, here's what we don't know, and I figured I would mention this. Who knew in Land of Elimination Course Correction Chamber, he may have become the damn champion? Think about this even more. Because we talking about my main man, Kofi here, if Mustafa Ali didn't get hurt, it wouldn't have been no Kofi. And it wouldn't have been this thing where Kofi could possibly become the world heavyweight champion of veganism. So, as much as I don't wish ill will on people, I'm like, yo, given this is the future and the dimension we're currently in, yo, I'm kind of glad you got fucked up, because a magical thing may happen at the grandest stage of them all, but given how many swerves this is going on so far, you're not really sure if Kofi gonna keep getting swerved and actually win, or you gonna swerve and not put the title on him, because we are talking about the same company, the same one that booked Brock Lesnar to whoop The Undertaker for no apparent or discernible fucking reason. So it's hard to trust. Just a little bit hard to trust, alright? So, given all of these things, that match was fucking amazing. That match was dumb. Mustafa Ali clowned. If what they looking for is to establish Mustafa Ali, and they still gonna want this Kofi thing, this was the perfect moment. Just like you entered Kevin Owens, I need to feed my family, and you trying to feel sorry for this dude even though you rooting for the person you want to win. Mustafa Ali just got rolled out there, clown. Still took the pin like a champ to the man Daniel Bryan. And Roman got involved by, hitting Kevin Owens with a roundhouse Jesus kick like when on Chuck Norris motherfucker, like wow. And I'm like, damn. That's fucked up. But still, Mustafa Ali went out there and clown. And I really think that's the part that matters. Because, again, we live in a dimension, well, in this stream of time and things, where Mustafa Ali got hurt and it opened the door for Kofi for something that could be amazing in 27 days from now. That we could be coming back to this in 4 weeks, and I could be in front of this camera, and we could be celebrating Kofi Kingston winning the World Heavyweight title. Think about that. Just for a second. That is nuts. And I mean nuts to think about. No bullshit. No bullshit. Just nuts to think about. But like I said, Mustafa Ali clown took the pin like a champ, and it's good because they got to figure out something to do with KO. They got to get Kofi into this mix before WrestleMania. So the question is how do you put that puzzle together? It's going to be fun and interesting to take a look and see like how all that forms together, and if they can book Kofi to win the big one, which I hope they do to cash in on that. And then if they want him to get bullshitted out there on Tuesday on SmackDown afterwards, hey, do that. But get a man his moment. That's all I'm asking for. You want to hear another story about how Uncle Triple confused about how wrestling works? Well, let me tell you something there, internet. The man Becky Lynch. Everything Becky Lynch has done in this run right now as the man has been some of the most amazing entertainment. Underline that word, entertainment, that I've seen in quite a while. We talking about a woman who got on the internet and flanked the fool with Simpsons memes, yo. She a beast. And that's like the third time I've mentioned it, but I find that amazing. That her well is that good. Shout out to you, Becky. You are the man, girl. Look. Given all this and Becky going dumb and murdering people and shit, Vince McMahon, inserting himself into storylines where maybe he has no business, suspends Becky because she's allegedly bigger than the WWE, and then continues to hobble out and whoops motherfuckers' asses with things she picks up. And then takes massive L's. In the midst of all of this, for some reason that I get and still don't, Ronda Rousey's the heel in this now. That I watched that live and I love the turn. It's just that I'm still, as the fan, trying to put together the sense that this makes, even though the sense is simple. You know for a fact that you've heard the rumors. Ronda, she done conquered the world of wrestling like she did the UFC. She's done her thing. She's feel free to go out on top. So I got a feeling she dropping the title at WrestleMania. Here's the problem with all of this. Vinnie Mac Diesel, aka the genetic jackhammer, doing what Vinnie Mac do, inserted Charlotte Flair into this match. Now, you might be wondering, where am I going with this? About a couple of minutes ago, if you remember, there was a match on this card that involved Asuka, right? Who is the SmackDown Women's Champion. The show that both Charlotte Flair and the Man belong to. Given this information, and I knew this, why is Charlotte not feuding with Asuka? Because that would be logical. At the same time, though, I just thought about this. Well, at least when it comes to the SmackDown Women's title, let me do that with my head real quick. It's this. Given that all of your focus is on building this Charlotte Becky Lynch thing, which is probably going to carry the Raw Women's title and that title picture into the very flung future for at least the next year, probably, depending on call-ups and extra things that may or may not happen, is that people like Mandy Rose are getting a shot at the title. So, depending on how you want to balance that, that could either be good or bad. I don't know. But that's where we are. Again, in that same field, Ronda Rousey turned heel, and it was an amazing fucking heel turn. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up and 2 middle fingers. Everybody took an L. So it'd be this, right? Yeah. That works for me. That's fine. That works. She had to, at this juncture, Ronda did what she needed to for the sake of the story. Cause like technically, I don't know how much of a face she really actually was when you really think about it. In this run as the women's champion, so not for a funk. She was always being a big boss talking her shit, so nothing big deal, but she snapped. And she snapped and made it believable. So given that, unless some plans change, one of the women in this match, and now I can say this, Ronda Rousey inserted herself into this. Yes, it was a beatdown. Yeah, Charlotte took advantage of Becky being hurt. Becky put up some offense. And then Ronda Rousey came out, and I screamed, please hit Becky. And Ronda Rousey did what I asked her to, even though she was going to do that anyway because it was logic. The logic thereof of the magical booking that there's a triple threat match when there shouldn't have been one in the first place. And that's the problem here. I do not understand how it devolved into this. That's the problem here. I don't get why we've had to go through all of this. For what? I'm like, the same thing could have happened at WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey getting beat, dropping the title. I got something. Let me finish. I just thought of something. That by dropping the title at Mania in a triple threat match, you don't have to be pinned to lose. So Ronda could go put in work, still look strong, and Becky still win the title. And it affect Ronda none. She can be, well, I lost. I don't want a rematch. If there are no rematch clause, fuck you, WWE. I'm out this motherfucker because I'm Sonya Blade, bitch! And just leave. That was smart by me. Using the old noodle. I like that. I like that a lot. Using the old noodle. I'm with me using my own noodle. That's great. So that's where we are right now. There's a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. I don't understand why, but I'm now in the middle of reviewing said match that involves these participants and the champion who is also a participant. That, yeah, that makes super duper 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 total sense. In other news, before we get to our main event, Elias got RKO'd and then Styles hit Randy Orton with a phenomenal forearm. Something about building a storyline or whatever, because poor AJ Styles. But not poor AJ Styles. He was champion for enough, so yeah, you go feud with Randall for a while. You know what I'm saying? He wins Royal Rumbles or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Look. Let's see. Our main event of the evening. Well, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago on that special edition of the Savage Era. Roman Reigns ain't got cancer. He's in remission. Yay, Roman Reigns. I'm sorry. Joe ain't got cancer. I'm still waiting for the point where the fans start booing Roman Reigns again. I'm waiting. Joe, you're a good guy. Your cancer's in remission. But you play Roman Reigns, a character people hate. I'm not one of those people. I think you're a gangster, but just is what it is. Oops. Oops. Look. Here's some things I don't understand about the Shield in this matchup with Baron Corbin on motherfucking ass, who just been floundering ever since the whole Constable Corbin thing went fucking south. Drew McIntyre, chosen one Drew McIntyre, blase bluesy blue. And Bobby Lashley with no Leo Rush, so The match was hot, if for nothing else, to see the Shield put in work and to see Seth Rollins do a cannon drill, because that was a thing that happened. Yes, Seth Rollins in a wrestling match did a cannon drill. I rewound it multiple times. I thought it was funny. I did. Seth Rollins did a cannon drill in a wrestling match. You would think I would talk about how Dean Ambrose ended up in this. Nah. Because one minute he leaving the company, the next minute he's not. I don't know what Dean Ambrose want to know what Dean Ambrose going to do. So let's not talk about it till it's time for us to have a special edition of the Savage Era where we do. The Shield got back together. Triple power bombs, spears, curb stomps, dirty deeds. All of these things happen. Multiple triple power bombs, multiple spears, stomps, you name it, and the Shield stood tall. The way that the WWE were framing this during the match is that this is the last time the Shield gonna ride. We know that's some bullshit, but okay, I believe you. But they stated like they don't know what Dean Ambrose gonna do. Seth Rollins finna go fight, some guy who doesn't appear on pay-per-views and defends his title, who's hopefully going to drop the title to Seth Rollins, not because Seth Rollins deserves it, but we as fans deserve a champion who's on fucking TV every week, so that's nice. I'm sorry, I got a little emotional there. Please forgive me. Still though, how long before they forget Joe's a person and boo Roman Reigns the character? I'm still counting and I'm still waiting. The rest of those guys in this match, who fucking knows or cares? Who knows? Who cares? Bobby Lashley lost the Intercontinental title to Finn Balor. That's a thing. Jimmy Crack Horn. That's what that is. Finn Balor is supposed to be defending the title tonight on Raw against him. Jimmy Crack Horn. And I love Finn Balor. I love watching him wrestle, but No, let me sit up. That's all I got. Because how and why, I suppose. I don't know. I don't get it. But we'll see. Look. Great pay-per-view. You had some middling matches, some things I didn't quite understand about bills or whatever. Kofi is one pay-per-view closer to winning the World Heavyweight title. I can't wait. I can't wait for Kofi to win. I'm gonna quit playing with y'all. But this build is gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to whatever Shane and Miz got popping off. I'm definitely interested to see what's up with the Raw Women's title, because I'm like, yo, we know We know Sonya Blade gonna drop the title, but to who? Why is and then I'm gonna ask that again if we get up out of here. Why is it a triple threat match when it should have just been Becky versus Ronda anyway? But I guess they just had to get Charlotte in there just because again, like I said earlier, like if what I think is true, Ronda ain't gonna even be involved in the damn decision where she loses her damn title. And then she just says fuck the WWE as she said in real life and just straight bang 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 shoot no motherfuckers and just say fuck y'all, I'm out. So I don't know. And everything else is everything else. We'll see how long the WWE stays warm, but my boy Dash and Dawson, we'll see. Like again, like it was uneventful. Not that I'm glad my boys finally won the big one, but hey, it took too long, and they could have ran with their revival a long time ago. And B, it's just weird to just book them all of a sudden because you don't want them to go over to Cody land and get super kicks and V triggered and shit. I don't fucking know, but hey, it's wrestling. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But look, regardless, we've got more show for you, so all we ask is that you sit back, you relax, and you stay tuned. I am, of course, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D., and you live right here on Team GRF Tour V, and we have completed another episode of the Savage Era, baby! And we've, of course, shooting on your ass, baby! More show right after these commercial messages. No, seriously. More show after these commercial messages. Trust me, we got plenty of work in the news lab today. Trust me. More show after this.